up, guys? Can you hear me? Are we starting? Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Is anybody out there? Welcome to Rob's Arcade. I'm your host, Mr. Rob French. Comes through in a pinch. Alright, this looks cool here. Well, that looks fun. Here we go, guys. It is, well, you know what time it is. It's Friday. So it is Video Game O'Clock. And it's time for New Game Friday with Persona 5 Strikers. Now, I thought this was Persona Strikers 5. I'm thinking this is the deluxe version of this game. I've never played this video game before, but it looks like it might be kind of cool. And if you don't know, what I do here on these New Game Fridays is, you know, these aren't necessarily the new games or just new titles per se, but these are new games and titles in my library. And lately I've been going through and downloading the free games from PlayStation Plus, and this is one of those games free this month. I've never played this, I've never tried this out, so it looks like it's a lot of fun. Some kind of a crazy, weird anime game. So we'll be checking out a few rounds of this, as well as reviewing it at some point. Hope you guys are doing awesome. It's Friday night. Just gonna look up something real quick before we hit this any button here. Alright. I'm interested to check this out because I do love anime, but it did look like a weird game. Okay, let's go English. Because I don't understand Japanese. And it already looks like the visuals will be intense enough. Oh, this looks cool. I like the. Oh, this is fun. I love anime.
Careful, Joker! We got one coming up!
We do have subtitles. It's like the human Sonic the Hedgehog. What? What the?
Let's begin the operation.
Okay.
That was one hell of an entrance, Joker. They're all riled up.
Okay, I'm scared to press anything.
Just keep at it. Go ham until you've drawn every last bit of attention.
Doing what?
Everyone else, proceed as planned. Joker's
Okay.
got the diversion covered, so now's
Whoa.
his time to shine.
The searchlights to us. What more will she has determined?
Let's secure the area in front of the gate first. Yes, yes! Slice them and dice them!
Oh, okay, cool.
Joker's got the enemy big time now. Awesome job. Just a bit longer. See if we get our right and that's our two. Look at that skull with the
Oh, this is pretty fun. It's pretty like a button smasher, I guess.
starting to swarm Joker. He's in a left.
Whoa. Okay. I love button smashers. I'm 42. For those of you out there who aren't too familiar with who I am, I'm 42 years old. I've been playing video games Since, oh, that's pretty sweet. Gosh, I was 8, 7 or 8 years old. On a regular basis, I remember my dad used to have an Atari that he would play with his friends. His friends would come over, they would hang out, have some beers and whatever on the weekends. If they had an Atari, they would set up. But I was not allowed to play that unless all the adults were around. Like I could just hook it up and just play it, you know. Oh, can't go that way. But Nintendo was like the first Nintendo system. That was the first video game system I had when I was a kid, and that was like when I first started playing video games. So I've always loved button smasher. This is pretty cool, intense graphics. Can I go over here anywhere? Oh, what is this? Showtime.
Showtime! Are set! Here!
I have no idea what I just did. Is that how you just like clear the stage? Okay, wow. Yeah, I started watching anime when I was a little bit older, of course. Fast forward from like 1988, 87 to like 1993-ish. It's probably about 13, 14 maybe when I first started getting into anime. And as I played a lot of video games, especially on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega CD, there was a lot of Japanese anime influence in a lot of the games, especially a lot of the video games coming from, of course, Japan. But I remember games like Soul Feast and Black Hole Assault, Sonic CD, and tons of others just having some really cool anime cutscene sequences, and some of them are a lot like this. And others are a bit more primitive. But being a teenager, anime just really appealed to me. I was lucky enough to have a video store across the street that I could walk to as a teenager and rent movies, and they had a pretty decent Studio Ghibli. I don't know if you're familiar with that company, Princess Mononoke and Kiki's Delivery Service, movies like Castle in the Sky, that whole studio, all those movies, those were available when I was a teenager. Well, I don't think Princess Mononoke was. I think that came later. But I did have an access to some cool movies, and then very much like what is it, like rap had like their mixtapes and trunks and stuff. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with this, but there was like an era, especially with like old school hip hop, where like you could get mixtapes and stuff and like buy them out of trunks of cars. It was like bootleg. You had like tables set up, get like bootleg tapes and stuff in the mall, little kiosks. And they had the same thing kind of with anime. Like that was really the only way you could kind of get your anime was through like a bootleg kind of a system. And now it's much more mainstream. I remember actually going from... How was everyone? Must be nice. I remember like anime going from like a little small 2-foot, 4-foot section to, you know, whole racks like, you know, at movies today, you know, or even stores now, you know, like all stores, you know, have like whole sections to dedicated to anime and stuff. So it's definitely come a long way. Like this so far, just a little button scroller. Can I? Okay, so left scroll. Oh, I can scroll back through the messages. That's cute. I'm digging this. And you got your little group chat up there. All your guys hanging out. Now, again, I thought this was Persona 5 or Persona Strikers 5. This looks like this is Strikers is the deluxe version of Persona 5. Which I'm not really sure about the title per se, but anime titles are always kind of elusive, if you will. Kind of like, let's see, let's meet at the hideout. Let's meet at our usual spot. We'll call it the hideout. But I've always found anime and manga when reading and watching it, the stories are a little always like obscure, a little sometimes just out of reach. You know, you're reading this thing or watching it on TV, and it sort of makes sense, but then again, you're not quite sure if you get it. And not all of it's like that. You know, some of it's kind of pretty straightforward, and its storytelling. But some of it can be kind of like I said, elusive and just out of reach. Fooly Cooly is a great anime series, which I don't know if anybody has ever read that or watched it. It's a great manga. It's a great anime series. Roger that, leader. Red 5 standing by. And I love reading it, but sometimes I have no idea. Like it's 2 books. And I just sometimes I'm reading and I'm like, I don't know, do I get this?
Next on the agenda is the series of incidents involving unusual behavior in public.
Excuse me. I like this anime style here. So this is kind of some of the same stuff that we would kind of grow up with, which I'm glad video games haven't gotten too far away from it, where you have some movement, but it's just kind of the same movement repeating.
First, we have the Vice Minister of Finance. As you're all aware, he had some sort of episode during a diet session Q&A and abruptly confessed to document tampering.
A lot of the games, though, when I was growing up, the eyes wouldn't even move. The character would just kind of like slide in.
Soon after that, 3 Sapporo Central councilmen confessed to
And you can tell that
bribery and
guy's
publicly resigned.
talking by the trapezoids coming from his head.
Next, the well-known author Mr. S. He held a press conference and announced he was retiring from writing, returning his books awards,
All right, let's
and
see.
deeming
Hold
his
on, let's
body
go
of
on
work
IMDb real
garbage.
quick and let's see what they say about this plot, because I'm not really sure what this plot's about so far again. So we have here a group of high school students create a vigilante group to expose the crimes of corrupt adults, but soon find themselves in the midst of a wild world conspiracy and are targeted by individuals who will do anything to silence them.
Then, a newscaster
What?
suddenly got down on one knee, confessed his love for his co-anchor
So
on
those-
live TV, proposed to her,
So I'm guessing
and
this is the
got
wild,
shot down.
or the wild, I can't talk, the worldwide group that we find ourselves in the midst of their worldwide conspiracy. I guess these are the powerful individuals we'll be targeted by. The meeting facilitator here. And we're a group of high school students who create a vigilante group to expose. So we become vigilantes, okay. I got you now. That makes a bit more sense.
Lastly,
And there's another one written here by Johnny. It says, a boy robbed of his future must fight to clear his name with the help from a mysterious cat and then like-minded outcast teenagers. I guess that's my group. And the cerebral world of mementos connecting everyone's subconscious. This boy will take on the mantle of Joker and start the vigilante movement of a lifetime, the Phantom of Thieves. All right. Well,
the Director General of
not
Criminal Affairs unexpectedly
sure of
stripped
any
off his
more,
clothing and ran around HQ until successfully detained.
The beard. That's not a beard. That's barely chin. Look, it's not a beard. That's like chin fuzz.
Something amusing to you, Inspector Hasagawa?
Inspector Hasagawa should be called the long-haired man, right?
No. Excuse me.
Or these are inspectors. Maybe this isn't the group. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute now. Trying to figure this out.
The vast majority of these cases have been interpreted as nothing more than bizarre outbursts. But, time and again, every instance involves a sudden change in personality. Furthermore, none of the individuals involved had any known psychological issues before their incidents. Therefore, we can surmise that these cases are the result of an external influence.
Aren't these just coincidences? Are you
Trapezoids.
really implying someone out there is using mind control?
Rectangles.
The cases I listed are only a small sample of this behavior, which appears to be happening across the entire nation.
That'd be actually a cool app. Some kind of device that like Apple could come up with.
Sounds like the Phantom Thieves to me.
Like a headband or something you could wear, where like if you were shocked, you could like little lines would come out of your head. If you're like standing in line, little angry squiggles. Yeah, there you go. What? That'd be a great little app device.
I want silence. Proceed with the report.
Thank you, Commissioner Kaburagi.
Korabaragi.
As you've realized, or at least as one of you realized, these cases are very reminiscent of last year's change of heart epidemic. The top brass have concluded that this is indeed the work of the Phantom Thieves.
Are they sitting down? They kind of look they're all like trying to drop a load, like hovering over a toilet.
What?
Bloop, bloop. That's all I've got.
What evidence is there? No one's even established a
Got
pattern.
some. Let's take a look at some of these voice actors here.
And we don't have any sort of motive. So
Looks-
far, doing it for kicks is the only thing that'd explain it.
Like all of this cast, well, it's a lot of just all Japanese actors here. All looks like they have a lot of Japanese anime backgrounds and video games. John Fukuyama.
You will investigate each of these incidents
Fukuyama, you
yourselves
too.
as quickly as possible.
Mamora Miyano. Miyano. That sounds so familiar. Hold on, what was he in? Oh, he was in Wolf's Rain. Oh, and he was Light Yagami in Death Note. Of course, that's where I recognize that name from. See, I'm not crazy. I tell you, I know this stuff.
What I expect from each of you are two things.
Death Note was an awesome manga and a really cool anime series.
One, to assemble enough evidence for a successful case.
Netflix series, not so much.
Two,
Or
to do so as
I
quickly
think it was a
as
series on
humanly
Netflix.
possible.
I think you can watch the series on Netflix, but I think there was a movie that Netflix made, a Netflix original. That's what I meant. Netflix original.
The higher-ups are hell-bent on closing
That's kinda
this
weird.
case. I do not know why. It does not matter. All that matters is producing results.
But Death
Your
Note was a really
suspect
cool.
is the
I think
leader
Death Note
of
was
the
one of the
Phantom
first manga books that I actually got into. Like I'd been into anime for a while.
Show me a thorough investigation of his entire life.
his entire life. But I've been into, like I said, anime for about the time I was about 12. I'll be actually my birthday's tomorrow. It's this is Friday, January 7th. Tomorrow, January 8th, Saturday, my 42nd birthday. So, like, going into this year, 2002, we're looking at about 29, 30 years of watching anime. And I didn't start reading the books, though, till I was probably close to my 30s, to be honest.
So, the Phantom Thieves rise again.
I enjoy manga a lot, especially traditional manga that's translated, you know, because it reads in reverse.
It's been a while since we rode this to Yongen-Jaya, huh?
Am I tripping out? Is that cat talking to me? Now, for today's Stray News. Today's headlines are: confession of document tampering. The Diet is in chaos over the Vice Minister of Finance's confession, and the power struggles have flared. Members of the Vice Minister's party have refused to comment across the board while the country awaits his court summons. In business news, fledgling IT company Mattis reported record first quarter profits at a conference earlier today. This is the part of the video game where you test not only your cat carrying on a subway skills, but also your ability to read the news.
We're almost there.
All right.
We haven't seen everyone in so long. I know it's stupid, but I'm getting kind of nervous.
That doesn't sound stupid at all coming from a cat.
Yeah, when the Phantom Thieves come together, it's never anything less.
The Phantom Thieves. Okay.
Ooh, we finally made it.
Alright, well, so far this is a very chill game. I'm liking it.
Hey, hey!
Yeah, what's up? Okay. Oh, this is awesome. Alright, I like this. This actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Shenmue. Can I go in here? This is so neat. What is this? Oh, that's weird. Oh, I got some yen. Let's get some muscle tea. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Oh, there's no animation of me drinking it? That's kind of weird. Alright, R4 is telling me I gotta about wrap this up here. Alright, just kind of checking out some of this chatter. So far, I don't know. This is a cute game. I'm liking this a lot. Like I said, I've been checking out these free games on PlayStation Plus, and you guys out there who's watching, if you have a PlayStation, I highly recommend you can go shopping anytime, it looks like. Alright, so we can come back to some of these places. Yeah, I highly recommend anybody out there who has a PlayStation to get the PlayStation Plus. It's a great streaming service. It's not much more expensive than any other streaming service out there. You know, if you're wondering like, oh man, I'm not really sure what I want for my birthday or what have you. You know, tell your parents, tell your friends, like, hey, look, I'd love to get the PlayStation Plus membership for a year. That'd be really, really great. It's about $70 some for a year, and I mean, a lot of these games, this game right here is like probably like a $60 game. You just never know what you're going to get from month to month on these free games, and it's really worth it. I recommend it, and we're going to check out more with this game. This looks like a lot of fun. Guys, please hit that comment section, tell me what you think, like the video, subscribe if you're not. Let's get the share thing going on, get some more people in here, and remember, this isn't goodbye, to be continued. Until next time, don't spend your quarter anywhere else, and I'll be right back in just a few minutes, guys.